Welcome back, Year 5. We are back with another series on the Firework-Maker's daughter. Same as always, I'm going to start with a quick recap on what happened last time. Now, last time, I believe that the Elephant Master was scolding um, Chulak for having all the graffiti, and then we found out that actually the graffiti was there on purpose. It was to pay for their escape to which country, if you remember. If you can remember, you can go back. And they're almost there, and then Lila comes visiting them, and she doesn't look too happy. And when asked why she doesn't look happy, she replied that she has she knows everything but the last biggest secret of firework making. And Chulak, being his mischievous self, said that he'll get it for her. And then he manages to find out the secret to becoming a firework maker, which was going to visiting a mountain to obtain a certain sulfur, the royal sulfur. And that was the end of chapter 1, and we're going to carry on with chapter 2. Next morning, while Lal Chand was at the paper merchant's buying some cardboard tube, Lila went to the elephant house to see Chulak. When she heard what Lal Chand had told him, she was furious. Mount Merapi, Razvani, the royal sulphur, and he wasn't going to tell me. Oh, I'll never forgive him. That's a bit drastic, said Chulak, who was busy making the elephant ready for his next job. He's only thinking of you. It's dangerous after all. You wouldn't catch me going up there. Ha, she said. It's all right to let me make golden sneezes and Java lights, I suppose, little baby ones, but not to let me become a real firework maker. He wants me to stay a child forever. Well, I'm not going to, Chulak. I've had enough. I'm going to Mount Merapi, and I'm going to bring back the royal sulphur, and I'll set up as a firework maker on my own, and put my father out of business. You see if I don't. No, wait. You ought to talk to him. But Lila wouldn't listen. She ran straight home, packed a little food to eat, and a blanket, and a few bronze coins, and left a note on the workshop bench. Just here. I wonder what she's written on there. Dear Father, I've completed my apprenticeship. Thank you for all you have taught me. I am going to seek the royal sulphur from Razvani, the fire fiend, and I shall probably not see you again. Your ex-daughter, Lila. Oh, very cheeky. Ex-daughter. Then she thought she should take something to show Razvani her skill, and packed a few self-igniting crackle dragons. One of the last things she had invented was a new way of setting them off. You just had to pull a string instead of setting light to them, because the string was soaked with a solution of fire crystals. She put 3 of them in her bag, took one last look around the workshop, and slipped away. So it seems that she is very talented at firework making after all. When Lal Chand came back and found her note, he read it with horror. Oh, Lila, Lila, you don't know what you're doing, he cried, and ran out into the alley. Have you seen Lila? He asked the fried prawn seller. She went off in that direction about half an hour ago. She had a bundle on her back, added the batik painter. Looked as if she was going on a journey. Lal Chand hurried after her at once. But he was an old man with a weak heart, and he couldn't run fast, and the streets were crowded. Rickshaw drivers jostled with bullock carts, and a caravan of silk traders was pushing its way through the market. And in the Grand Boulevard, a procession was going past. The crowd was so thick that Lal Chand couldn't move any further. The reason for all this excitement was the white elephant was being led to his new owner, should I say. Chulak was leading Hamlet at the head of the procession, And with that came musicians playing bamboo flutes and banging teak drums, and dancers swaying and snapping their fingernails, and a troop of servants with tape measures ready to measure Hamlet's new home for the silk curtain and the velvet carpet the owner would have to buy. Flags flapped and banners waved in the sunlight, and the white elephant shone like a snowy mountain. Lao Chan forced his way through the crowd to Chulak's side. So we've got a picture here. That's the back of the procession. All the way across, we've got people who are just ready to give the white elephant to the new owner. I wonder if you can remember who the new owner is. His name was mentioned in the last video. And then at the front, we've got Chulak leading the elephant, and we've got Lal Chand, who's desperate to find out where his daughter is. I wonder why he's gone to Chulak. Did you tell Lila about Razvani and the royal sulphur? He panted. Of course, said Chulak. You should have told her yourself. Why? Because she's gone, you wreck. She's gone by herself to Mount Merapi, and she doesn't know the rest of the secret. Is there more, then? Of course there is, said Lao Chan, struggling to keep up. No one can go into the Fire Fiend's grotto without protection. She needs a flask of magic water from the goddess of the Emerald Lake. Otherwise she'll perish in the flames. Oh, Chulak, what have you done? Chulak gulped. They were nearly at the house of the white elephant's new owner, and they had to slow down to allow all the dancers and musicians and flag bearers to get through the gate first and form two lines for the white elephant to walk between. Then Hamlet whispered, just loud enough for Chulak to hear, I'll find her. Help me get away tonight, Chulak, and we'll go and take Lila the magic water. Oh, good idea, whispered Chulak, beaming. Just what I was going to suggest. He turned to Lyle Chand and said, Listen, I've got a proposition. Me and Hamlet will find her. But we'll get out tonight. Emerald Lake, Goddess, Magic Water, Mount Merapi. Nothing to it. Then Chulak turned to the servants. Mind out the way, he called. We've got to get him around the corner. Dear, what a narrow gate. They'll have to come down. And what's this? Gravel? You want the white elephant to walk on gravel? Fetch a carpet at once. A red one. Go on, hurry up. He clapped his hand, and the servants bowed and scampered away. In the background, the new owner was tearing his hair. Why do you think he was tearing his hair? Chulak whispered to Lao Chan once more. Don't worry, we'll get away tonight. All we need is a tarpaulin. A tarpaulin? Whatever for? No time to explain now. Just bring one to the gate tonight. And Lao Chan had to make do with that. He went back to the workshop feeling heavy-hearted. And that's halfway through chapter 2. So, I do wonder what Chulak has planned, because he wants his tarpaulin. Maybe that's something that you should search up on the web. But otherwise, that's the end of today's reading, and we'll see you tomorrow.